So I'm going to go back to 13. Now, this is where you'd actually have to redraw and put your parking in. So midpoint. Now, I'm going to draw a circle just because I do a lot of things with circles. Draw a circle that's 17.5 feet. You might ask me why 17.5 feet? It's because that's how far it is to our parking, in our parking stall. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to the quadrant. So 80.98 minus 17.5 times 0.02 should give me 80.64. Well, I get 80.63, but again, the surface it's close, all right? So you would end up going ahead and offsetting 6 feet. I'm going to explode this. Explode. I'm going to change this color. This isn't the way you would do it, but I'm just, for showing's sake, I'm going to turn that to magenta. So offset 6.5, offset 2, so that's the back curve, offset 7, offset 5, so I'm going to snap to the midpoint of this, and then I'm going to do the math, perpendicular. Now, if I look at the right-of-way to the right, the difference between, and I'm going to have to eyeball it, I must have froze something off. From this end point to the center point, actually, it's the end point, but I don't know if I can snap that. I'm going to do the intersection. Apparent intersection? Yeah, apparent intersection works. Okay, so the elevation difference between the center line to the the center line to the right of way line is only 0.12 difference. Okay. All right. So let's see if that works. So I am just going to move this out to the end point here. And I'm going to copy it, CO for copy, from the center to the apparent intersection here. All right. I must have some, oh, look at me. I'm completely wrong. Not from the curve, from the back. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. All right, because I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Uh-oh, undo. I love the undo button. I accidentally just deleted my line. I'm gonna delete the, that. Ugh, I keep deleting, sorry. Now just delete that. I have somehow lost I don't know how I lost that. It's been lost a while. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's take a look at our corridors. If this happens to you, let me know. It's always good to... Nope, it's there. Zoom too. It's just gone. Well, that's just weird. I mean, really, that's just weird. All right. Y'all let me know if that happens to you. Okay. So I'm going to draw a circle, center, and this is 31.5 feet because it's a 17.5 foot, or 11 plus 6.5 plus 2 plus 7 plus 5. Yeah, 31.5 feet is what to the right of way is. I just want to make sure that to the quadrant. So copy center to the end point out here. Oops, that's offset. Apparently I wasn't paying attention. CO for copy center to the end point. Okay, so let's do a linear distance from the center or the apparent intersection to the nearest. I want to use this up top. I want to see what the difference is here. Okay, so that difference is 0.773. So is that what we get here? So I've got 80.93 minus 81.63. I get 0.70. So there's a little bit of a bust in the spot grades by 0.073, and that's usually not enough to be bothered by. Okay, so unless I didn't snap to the proper place, but that should be fine. Let's check another one. So let's go copy, keep drawing circles, copy CO from center. We'll do the midpoint here. So I've got something's messed up because I got 8. Those two numbers are the exact same. They shouldn't be. Oh, unless it's on a vertical curve. Let's take a look at that. Nope. Yep. Okay, so the 13 and the 12, just by happenstance, they're close to one another. So 13 and 1250, they're the exact same. So good guess, because this is on the vertical curve. All right. I'm not sure if the reason that my corridor, when y'all get to this point here, let me know if you've lost. It's just weird that I've lost that alignment or that subassembly. I don't know if I've turned it off or it's all layers used. Let me know if y'all have the same problem. Oh, let me see. Let me see if there's anything frozen. Select all. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I froze off, but interesting. Interesting. What layer it's on? See, road assembly. Must have been frozen off when I froze those off. I've never had that happen before. Interesting. All right. And there's the circles. Okay, so also the plus of doing this is it allows us to, oh, here we go. A little bit better. This allows us to do spot grades on the rear yards. So I'll be either going over this in class, grading the individual lots. Instead of doing the math myself, I can use the corridor and the surfaces created by the corridor to spot grade the lots, which makes it a lot faster than having to do the calculations from the center line to the right-of-way line to the rear lot line. All right, so I'm going to freeze some of that back off. Freeze all this off. Yep, apparently it's on the subassembly. That doesn't happen in 2018 at work, so, which is very, very odd. I'm going to, typically we don't leave the surface on for the roadways. Usually we just do no display and it'll still work for us, okay? All right, so what I want you to do for this assignment is I want you to go ahead and put the spot grades on all the lot lines. And I want you to go ahead and I'm actually going to turn that. If you need to turn the surface back on like I do here, you're going to highlight the surface, right click Surface Properties, and you're going to turn them on here. Apply and OK. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and draw in the parallel parking. Okay, so basically what that is, I'm going to explode this. Like I said, I'm going to change the color for right now so I can see it, and I'll show you quickly. So I'm going to turn that back off. So I'm going to do a polyline, and I'm going to trim. Going to get rid of that. So now I'm going to offset 6.5, offset 2, so that's back at curb, offset 7, offset 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to use this button right here for my polar settings, and I'm going to change to 45. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to find the 45 setting. Okay. Now I'm going to use that to basically move this down. Okay, and I'm going to trim out TR for trim. I'm going to trim out these here because what it's going to end up doing is I'm going to fillet radius of a 5 here and a fillet radius of a 0 here. Okay, now what that allows me to do is offset, using my offset 2, offset 7, offset 5. I am having the worst trouble typing today. I apologize. Okay. So there is now, if I can get rid of that, my parking on one side, okay? I'm going to go ahead and delete these lines. For the practice, I'm not so worried about it being all nice and neat. You're learning the technique. So I'm going to draw a line, and you can do this however you wish. Perpendicular to this one, create a circle at 6.5 feet. And I'm going to trim this portion off. All right, now parking stalls have to be 22 feet in Osceola County, so I'm going to use the array. And I am going to basically I'll let it do an array all the way to the end. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to explode this first because I want to use X for explode. I want to come to the Home tab. I want to do a array by path. So I selected the parking stall line. I'm going to pick the edge of pavement line, and I'm going to come up here, and the distance between the two is 22 feet. Okay, and then I'm just going to explode that, X for explode, and then I can figure out how to tie back into the roadway as is. So that's how you put parking in. So how many ever units you have to count and then give one parking space for every 2 units. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, let's say. So I would need an additional, and it has to be rounded up. So I would need an additional 4 parking spaces. So I could get them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could put a house back, a couple houses back if I wanted to. So that's how that works. So on this, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and copy however you wish to do it. I need you to show me that you know about parking. And I keep typing in offset. Oh, goodness gracious. CO for copy. And I need you to put spot grades on all of the lot lines. All right, we stopped it at 15. So these are reading as question marks. To fix that, if I wanted to stop at 1550, go back to your corridor, click on underneath the street A, and change that 15. Let me pull this over a bit. Change that 15 to 1525. Everything is being super sensitive tonight. And then you'll notice that you may have to rebuild the surface. Okay. Sometimes it's rebuild automatic. Sometimes you actually have to help it along. The other thing to be aware of is to make them legible, like you can't really see that. You've got a couple options. You can grip the top, or you've got another option that you can rotate the label and marker. That's another option. Those are different ways. A lot of surveyors just do the rotate. Depends on how you're trying to make it look. So, all right, you won't have spot grades on these back here because we stopped the corridor section here. All right, so I'm going to stop here on this video. What I'd like for you to do is you don't even have to, just give me from the layout views that you had before, whichever one you used, show me the plan. So it'll have spot grades. You don't have to make a new plan. I just want to make sure that you have an understanding. See, now you can grip it and make it look nice in the view. You don't have to have spot grades and plan and profiles, typically only in the master plans. So then just give me a plot of this. So I'm going to go plot. And then preview. And then go ahead and give me a PDF of this. All right. Go ahead and upload it. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right. Talk to you later.